What up, though? And welcome back to Old School Hip Hop Head Real Reacts. I also have another YouTube channel called Real's Reactions, and on that YouTube channel, I'm reacting to 99% golden era hip hop. So if you're ever in a mood to watch some old school hip hop reactions, all you have to do is go to the link that I'm gonna put in the description of this video. Alright, man, so today's reaction is a subscriber request. So shout out to that girl Nalia for this request. She wanted me to do this reaction. I'm early when it comes to the album reactions. I'm brand new with Kendrick Lamar, so I'm just trying to absorb everything, make sure I understood the whole album and every song on it, every bar on it. You know what I mean? I've been watching other reactors react to it, so I got a pretty good understanding on what was going on at this point. But anyway, man, this looks interesting as well. So this is Kendrick Lamar's new album, Changes Everything. So it's got a lot of views. So it's got 985,000 views in 2 days. And this Louaista. So shout out to Louaista's channel for this request. He got 1.5 million subscribers, 5.3 to be exact. So this should be credible. Alright, man, enough talking. This video is 22 minutes. I trim out the shit that I feel was completely unnecessary, but you know, we try to make this as fast as possible. So this will be part 8 of my reaction to Kendrick Lamar's surprise album GNX that dropped about 4 days ago at this point. Today's Tuesday, it dropped on Friday morning. And it's got the world shook up. Kendrick Lamar has shaken up the world 3 times, yo, in 2024. First, it was on that Like That, you know what I mean? He shook up the world. Then it was the Aubrey destruction, where he you know what I'm saying? He fucking decapitated Aubrey and saved hip hop. So he shook up the world there. And now he shook up the world with a surprise album, yo. This nigga is having one of the greatest years in hip hop ever, because this nigga had 3 separate events that shook up the world. So enough talking, let's get to it.
It was just an ordinary Friday. Hip-hop fans were peeping new releases from artists like Kenny Mason and Boldy James, but it seemed like a relatively low-key week when it came to new music. The only other real thing of note that was going down was J. Cole adding his legendary mixtapes to streaming services after years of longing from his fans. Until suddenly, a single post that came out of nowhere changed everything. This year, Kendrick Lamar's X account has been on an unparalleled run, where everything that's appeared on it has been of major cultural significance. And after using it to debut his famed diss tracks ranging from Euphoria to Not Like Us, and announcing his Super Bowl performance on the same account, he once again brought hip-hop to a standstill with the release of a surprise new album titled GNX. But what does the album represent? And does its content tell us whether K.Dot is returning to peacetime or ramping up for another war with the people that he's shaded on the project? It's your boy Louaista, and let's break down Kendrick's new album, GNX. Okay. For starters, let's talk about the timing of the project. Just days after he was crowned Rapper of the Year by Apple Music, people wondered how this was possible without him releasing a full-length album. So, just like he once silenced retirement rumors sparked—
Yo, I sent that in a text to some of my boys yesterday, because I was checking to see if they had heard the album yet. Maybe it was Sunday, I don't know. But anyway, and I said, yo, this nigga's Rapper of the Year for sure.
Without him releasing a full-length album. So, just like he once silenced retirement rumors sparked by a Twitter user by kicking off the rollout for Mr. Morale, he's shut down his critics once again, this time by dropping an entirely new project. And when I say surprise, I mean it. According to industry insider Brian Zizuk, even his label found out on Friday morning. Now, the record has made such an immediate splash that many believe it will dethrone the Wicked soundtrack from claiming the top spot. Named after the 1987 Buick Grand National Regal GNX, which came out the year he was born, this album could have easily just been a victory lap for K.Dot after a wild 2024. But instead, he decided that he wasn't taking his foot off of anyone's neck. In fact, he took plenty of shots at both familiar enemies and even some new foes. So let's decode the project. Although it's essentially the intro to the album, the song Whacked Out Murals proved that Kendrick was ready to go to war from the outset. And after witnessing it happen from the shadows, he finally decided to speak out about Lil Wayne's grumbling about the Super Bowl. On the track, he references his Wayne fandom, as well as the response he received from Tunchi about his upcoming halftime show performance in New Orleans.
I was right about that.
I held my rolly chain proud, irony. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down.
This is a direct reference to everything that's gone down since it was revealed that K.Dot was scheduled to perform over the hometown hero, Lil Wayne.
So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, have you all helped me. Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me, and I'm working. Thank you.
He let Lil Wayne down. Damn. First of all, he took J. Cole had that I let Nas down, and then Lil Wayne literally just said that he let everybody down by not getting the Super Bowl. So, like, if it was a competition, he didn't win that competition because, like Kendrick said, he was out there working hard. He was fucking putting in work this year, nigga. He put in the most work ever because he had the biggest challenger in the history of rap beef, yo. He had fucking Drake. Drake's been running a game forever. So, yeah, man, Drake been on top of the fucking mountain, running shit, doing what the fuck he wanna do, talking to niggas crazy, fucking niggas bitches, and you know what I'm saying? That nigga Kung Fu just had to pop out and show niggas, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, that bar from Kendrick it was already bad when you think about it. And then when you actually see this video of Wayne saying how he let people down, that make that shit 10 times worse, man. All right, man, that rant was too long. No more long fucking rants. This video's 22 minutes.
As opposed to doing that work on himself that he alluded to, Weezy has continued to grow increasingly bitter over not receiving this opportunity and almost blaming K.Dot for it. Even as he was handed the key to the city, he controversially claimed that he had been robbed at Weeziana Fest.
That moment I said to myself, I
didn't
want to
see
be
this
on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my ass off to get that position, and it was ripped away from me. But this moment right here, they can't take that, man. They can't take that from me. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for yourself for being amazing.
As if that wasn't enough to try.
First of all, that nigga ain't worked hard in years, son. Like, this nigga put out a song every here and there. He jump on some features. Like, you know, niggas still remember Mixtape Wayne. I don't, because I ain't listened to him, but I lived in Florida when that shit was occurring, and it was like a fucking tidal wave.
Kung Fu Kenny's Patience, Wayne decided to rock his
being amazing.
As if that wasn't enough to try Kung Fu Kenny's Patience, Wayne decided to rock his OVO owl pendant in support of Drake while
he
referencing
did?
Not Like Us at one of his shows.
I didn't know that.
After all this victim mentality from Weezy,
I didn't know
and
that.
refusing to be happy
wait.
for a kid who was a disciple of his.
Hold on, I just remember something. Fucking Young Money. My bad. Okay, I understand why Wayne did that now. My bad. And oh man, this makes it even. Yo, this nigga Kendrick. This nigga's like at a master Jedi level, yo. Who was the highest ranking Jedi? Like, Kendrick might be that nigga. He under there, you know what I'm saying? Because he's younger or whatever. There's some niggas out there who is legends. But, yo, this nigga is like at the highest level of Jedi. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole fucking Drake, Young Money, Weezy connection, he got, you know, slaughtered Drake. Now maybe he just coming after Drake's fucking mentor. Who knows?
After all this victim mentality from Weezy and refusing to be happy for
I ain't gonna call him his mentor. I'm gonna say his big homie.
A kid who was a disciple of his, K.Dot finally had enough. Weezy and refusing to. After all this victim mentality from Weezy and refusing to be happy for a kid who was a disciple of his, K.Dot finally had enough. On top of those bars, let's not act like the cover art might not be a little allusion towards the Carter 2, right down to the black and white photo. Clearly, the whole situation deeply bothered Kendrick. After all, this is one of his heroes who have been gracious towards him when he's shown nothing but love.
That moment in the studio with Wayne, me and J-Rock in the studio with Wayne, I never told Wayne this. That changed my perspective about work ethic. Knocked out about 12 verses, and this is feature Wayne at the moment. Man, these not no motherfucking fly-by-night verses. This is set right there and thought out right in front of your face and smashing them. And he's excited about it, and he's loving music, and he loves what he's doing. That gave me a whole nother appreciation. And we took that same intensity and that work ethic, and we applied it moving forward from having that feature for all my life.
Let's not forget that Kendrick is such an avid supporter of Wayne's that he even went out of his way to try and stop.
All my life, I've never heard that, by the way. But if y'all saw that list at the beginning of this video, I have, I'm going to react to Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City album this year in 2025, and I'm going to react to the Carter 3. So maybe that song is on one of those albums, I don't know.
Let's not forget that Kendrick is such an avid supporter of Wayne's that he even went out of his way to try and stop him from throwing his career away when he fell on hard times.
Nigga talking about retiring and shit, nigga, fuck that, nigga. I'm in the motherfucking studio, nigga, doing motherfucking features, nigga. Nigga, I seen you, nigga, 2007, nigga, 2008, nigga, I seen you knock out motherfucking 10 fucking features in a row, nigga, back to back, nigga.
Now, it turns out that Wayne is ready to go to war with Kendrick too over his recent bars on Whacked Out Murals. In a tweet posted at 1 AM on Saturday, Weezy said, "Man, what the fuck did I do? I just be chillin' and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed." And once again, the community had begun to call him out for acting oblivious and claimed that he would get smoked by Kendrick if he had a rap battle with him. As upset as he was about Weezy's behavior, Kendrick soon revealed that he wasn't the only person that switched up. And
Hold on, man. That said, don't act like we forgot about Pusha T diss. So Pusha T diss Wayne too? I didn't know that. Chill, Wayne. I don't want Kenny to smoke you. You a legend. Oh man, damn. That's disrespect. No, that is respect. That's respect. Okay.
And claimed that he would get smoked by Kendrick if he had a rap battle with him. As upset as he was about Weezy's behavior, Kendrick soon revealed that he wasn't the only person that switched up. And this time, the culprit was a lot closer to home than New Orleans. In that same verse, Kendrick takes some time to express his hurt at Snoop Dogg for sharing Drake's Tailor-Made Freestyle, a track which sampled not only an AI version of D.O.G.'s voice, but Kendrick's hero Tupac's as well.
You supposed to be the boogeyman, go do what you do, unless this is a moment that you tell us it's not really you.
Now, Kendrick has made it known how shocked he was.
Snoop posted tailor-made, I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it was only right for me to let it go.
And to clarify, K-Dot isn't paranoid. It really happened. For Dot, this must feel like a far cry from the days where he literally handed the torch of the West Coast to him in 2015.
Snakes in the grass,
a young K-Dot shed tears on stage for how happy he was to receive.
Hold on, dog. I want to say this, man. To you young niggas out there who just, I don't know, fooled. Snoop ain't no goddamn, like, GOAT. He ain't the greatest rapper ever. Just cause that nigga got some songs that fucking went international don't mean shit. Like, Snoop ain't been shit on his own in decades, my nigga. Like, that Pharrell feature really blew him the fuck up, yo. And I ain't about to sing that goddamn song. Y'all should know what the fuck I'm talking about. The video was actually shot internationally. So that song is what, like, just took him out of the stratosphere, you know what I mean? Made him a crossover type act where now he can do shit like corporate events, you know what I mean? So he ain't everything y'all think this nigga is. Just because he got a lot of fucking commercials and, you know, he one of the black niggas who they call when they talk about hip hop. Nah, nigga, like when it comes to that motherfucking microphone and them bars, that nigga is way, way, way down the totem pole. And when it comes to culture, he's more of a fucking influence in weed than he is in rap. You know, you'll never hear no rappers talking about, I listened to Snoop growing up, like Snoop influenced me. Never. You know what I'm saying? That old fucking, that nigga bars is whack, yo. Now, I will say this. That nigga give a hell of a show. a hell of a show because he got about 50 hits. Enough talking, let's keep it moving. I just had to talk about Snoop bitch ass for a minute.
In 2015. At that moment, a young Kt.8 shed tears on stage for how happy he was to receive it.
I'ma say this and I'ma mean this. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga, you better run with it.
My whole point was Snoop, what torch? What torch was you passing, nigga? I wonder what Ice Cube thinks about Snoop saying he had the fucking crown of the West Coast.
You better run with it, nigga, cause it's yours.
However, in recent times, Snoop has taken a neutral stance that Kendrick might perceive as disloyalty. For instance, when asked about Kendrick headlining the Super Bowl, Snoop refused to firmly endorse him, opting for a non-committal response.
Well, I don't really have no opinion, but what I do want to say is that just remember what the NFL was 15 years ago when it comes to hip-hop. How many hip-hop artists was able to grace that stage 15 years ago? So I understand both sides of the coin, and I understand how people feel. I have no answer, no opinion, because I had the opportunity to get up there via Dr. Dre. I didn't do any Snoop Dogg songs. I was up there helping Dr. Dre, and it became a great moment for all of us. So at the same time, Lil Wayne is the GOAT of New Orleans rap. Remember, I was at New Orleans Records for 3 years, and I watched his whole career come to life, and then watched them become the biggest. I watched him get bigger than me. You feel what I'm saying? And I was gigantic at the time, and I love seeing his growth. And me and Wayne is family to this day. Me and Kendrick is family to this day. And me and Jay-Z and me and Roger Goodell. So I don't know who is a decision.
Oh, oh my God. Now that bar when Wayne's talking about niggas don't want to pick sides, but I'ma pick it for you or some shit like that, he probably was talking about Snoop bitch ass in that bar too. And yo, tell that nigga to fucking cut them fake ass dreads off, yo. Look at this nigga's forehead. Where his braids start at? Like, what the fuck is going on, nigga?
Maker, all I know is that I'll be home watching the Super Bowl, and when the halftime show come on, I'll be watching that as well.
But it seems like Snoop might have really been impaired when he shared that infamous story, because when pressed, he immediately backpedaled and let Kt.8 know that he's the ruler of the coast. Kt.8 new album GNX, it was the edibles. West West King. Snoop's endorsement of Taylor Made wasn't the only way Kendrick clapped back at Drake's
bitch ass nigga playing both sides of the fence. Fuck out of here. I'm glad Kt.8 is a fucking genius and he see right through this nigga's bullshit.
West West King. Snoop's endorsement of Taylor Made wasn't the only way Kendrick clapped back at Drake's appropriation of West Coast legends. On the track Reincarnated, Kt.8 sampled Tupac's Made Brothers from Gang Related.
No man separate what we create.
It was done in a way where he seemed to be reiterating that he was the heir to Tupac's throne.
I did past life progression last year when it me up, reincarnated on this earth for 100+.
Aside from commenting on Drake owning one of Pac's rings, this is one of the most explicit nods to Pac that he's made on wax, since he had a conversation with him on the conclusion of To Pimp a Butterfly on the track Mortal Man. But even after Drake seemingly bowed out of the beef, Kendrick made it clear that he wasn't done with Drizzy just yet. On Whacked Out Murals, Kendrick seemed to be hinting towards Drake's attempts to get dirt on Dot through financial means, only for his nearest and dearest in Compton to refuse to give anything up, even when the bag or cryptocurrency was waved in front of them.
Niggas from my city couldn't entertain no boy, promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin.
Plus, he seemed to let it be known that there would never be a ceasefire either, insisting that there will be no mediation that could get them on the same side ever again.
I never piece it up, that shit don't sit well with me.
That's the fuck I'm talking about.
Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me.
Staying with Whacked Out Murals, even the song's title is a reference to the feud between himself and Drizzy. It alludes to this portrait of Kendrick that was displayed at the restaurant Mi Sabor in Compton being defaced by sour Drake fans. Today, they celebrated Kt.8 saluting them, writing on IG that,
"That's bullshit. Hold on. So the mural that was whacked out was not by sour Drake fans. It was by a gang called Barrio Tortilla Flats in Compton. That's a Hispanic gang. They've been around forever. And it was just out of ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't even beef with any black gangs, really, you know what I'm saying? So they was just hating, just to be hating on some young nigga immature shit, you know what I'm saying? And from what I heard or seen on the internet, they got disciplined for their actions by their own gang. So anyway,
the diss portrait of Kendrick that was displayed at the restaurant Misa Bor in Compton being defaced by Sour Drake fans. Today,
you can see the TF.
Misa Bor in Compton being defaced.
You can literally see tortilla flats right there, yo. You can see the TF. You know what I'm saying?
By Sour Drake fans. Today, they celebrated K-Dot saluting them, writing on IG that, a few months ago, our Kendrick mural got hit. Of course, we were pissed and wanted to fix it, but it just kept getting worse. Flash forward to today, and Kendrick drops a song about the situation. It doesn't necessarily make it okay, but it does feel good to have our hard work in the community immortalized in a song by one of—
Yo, you know what's even crazier? These are fucking Hispanic people doing the fucking mural. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, it was definitely some young, immature shit right there.
Months ago, our Kendrick mural got hit. Of course, we were pissed and wanted to fix it, but it just kept getting worse. Flash forward to today, and Kendrick drops a song about the situation. It doesn't necessarily make it okay, but it does feel good to have our hard work in the community immortalized in a song by one of the greatest to ever do it. Thank you at Kendrick Lamar for making the situation a little better today. But the subtle Drake slander and retracing of their beef didn't stop there. On Squabble Up, he kept at it, claiming that he still has beef and even referencing the fact that he brought Adonis into it with these bars.
Pipe down, young, these some whole other politics. With him and some in him, that's a lot of don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies.
Among the most overt displays of shade towards Drake that the project features is that Kendrick still made the hard part 6 as if Drake's diss track of the same name never even happened. But rather than focus on hate, Dot used it to specifically salute his TDE brothers, firmly ending any speculation that there was some tension between them. Not only—
I think that's the best song on the album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That was like definitely the realest, deepest song on that album to me.
Not only did he salute Ab-Soul and his pen, claiming that he used to study his style, Dot also reserved bars for his PG Lang partner Dave Free.
My nigga Dave had a champagne Acura. That nigga wore several hats, a producer, manager, director, and DJ. I watch him take some penitentiary chances, to say the least.
By doing this, he made it evident that all of Drake's attempts at tearing them apart, with rumors of Dave being the real father of his son, didn't put a dent in their bond. Later, he explained why Black Hippie never materialized quite how they hoped.
My motivation was the yearning for independence. Poured everything I had left in the family business. Now it's about Kendrick.
However, Kendrick decided to place the blame on himself and revealed why he decided to set up PG Lang in the first place.
I jog my memory knowing Black Hippie didn't work cause of me. Creatively, I moved on with new concepts in reach.
Heading back towards the realm of beef, Kendrick has made it clear that he is no longer playing it cool when it comes to the competition. After saluting Nas for acknowledging his Super Bowl performance when other legends ignored out of spite,
won a Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these agitated, I'm just glad they shown their faces.
He then invoked the spirit on one mic on Man in the Garden. In the track, he let it be known that he wasn't even slightly fazed by the prospect of further warfare. Alongside that, he seemed to salute himself for how he handled the Drake beef, claiming,
I burn this down, don't you play with me and stay with me. I'm crashing out right now, no one's safe with me.
Before then saying,
I did it with integrity and still try hate on me, just wait and see. More blood be spilling, it just paint to me.
Then it was back to straight up shade in Drake's direction on Hey Now, where he suggested that he eliminated him once and for all.
You play God, you gon' get what you asked for. We got the same 24, what you mad for? I put a square on his back like I'm Jack Dorsey.
As if this message wasn't clear enough, he really drove it home with the line, the black know I just strangled me a goat. Drake is angrily throwing threes on his basketball court right now after that one. But alongside all of the hate, there is plenty of room for love here too. On Dodger Blue, he salutes the city of Los Angeles. And even then, he lets it be known that he's not to be played with.
Bitch, I'm from the land. Don't say you hate LA when you don't travel past the 10.
And after years of speculation, he seems to be finally willing to admit that he's really as affiliated to the streets as people have speculated. Because on this track, he let it be known that he's not a studio gangster. Instead, he's someone who's really grown up around the threat of violence and street politics.
All my kids, I sock you niggas up. How you ever took a fade and ran 3 more back to back?
Here, Kendrick is basically referring to getting beaten up and coming back for his vengeance. And what's wild is that we literally have evidence of Kendrick trying to do just that to AD of Back on Fig. During his No Jumper days, he discussed Dot literally trying to press him over an apparent run-in with a rival set in the past.
Hey, you wanna know a crazy thing about Kendrick, bro? My first encounter with him, he thought I was somebody else, bro. He low-key tried to press me.
Who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Who you thought you was?
Gorilla
He
Black?
from a different hood. I guess some niggas jumped him back in the day. And I came to the studio and he was mad. He was like, hey, you from Almond Block? And I was like, nah, but he was hot.
With that, all of those who have been saying that Kendrick is maybe more connected than he let on are seeming to have more truth to their stories.
It's just that he's a nice guy, so they have a problem with it because he doesn't have a gangster approach. But let me let y'all know, he got 100,000 motherfucking gangsters with him, so y'all better watch what y'all say.
This is also emphasized on the album's title track, simply for the fact that he added his longtime friend from the neighborhood and real-life Pyru, Hitta J3, who had been labeled his goon on the track list. Throughout the course of the beef, Hitta took up for Dot whenever he could. He was posting tweets like, "Tell your man since he's so tough, come to Compton, not LA. At Drake, they not the same." He literally even tried to squabble with Aiden Ross for his Dot slander. That's exactly why you got took by at Playboy Cardi, so come see what else get took playing in LA, at Aiden Ross. To him, this felt like the natural thing to do for someone who had genuinely uplifted not just Hitta himself, who previously appeared on the album cover of To Pimp a Butterfly by Pt.8, but also countless others.
I love bro to where just I don't gotta talk to you every day to you know represent what you represent. When you see somebody work hard and unlock doors that we can't reach and we don't get access to, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like put more confidence in me. And what I'm doing and who I am as an artist, like shine a light on me as an artist, like you know what I'm saying?
Away from the beef, Kendrick got conceptual on Gloria, one of several tracks featuring his former TDE label mate SZA. It seems like a love song and perhaps an ode to his fiancée Whitney Alford. But with the final line of "My woman and my right hand, my saint and my sin, ain't no bitch like my bitch cause that bitch was my pen," Kt.8 reveals that he's actually talking about hip-hop itself. In this sense, Kt.8 is carrying on a proud tradition of rappers writing about hip-hop in metaphorical terms as a woman. Way back in the day, Common did the same thing on I Used to Love Her, while Eminem did something similar on the song 25 to Life.
Never heard it.
Meanwhile, on TV Off, Kendrick spends a lot of the track saluting Mustard, or as he said it,
for the record, if you haven't heard the Common song, I Used to Love Her, it top 5 greatest hip-hop songs ever. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
I Used to Love Her, while Eminem did something similar on the song 25 to Life. Meanwhile, on TV Off, Kendrick spends a lot of the track saluting Mustard, or as he said it, sorry, but I had to. But interestingly, he did this just days after the producer kept the beef well and truly alive at Camp Flognaw, where he played Like That twice and hit the crowd with a bait and switch over Crew Love to Like That.
You ready? Here we go.
Yeah. So it's only fair that he gave him his flowers with that now iconic Mustard.
So this is DJ Mustard. Yo, I said it during my album reaction. I don't know shit about Mustard, yo. Like I know his name's been out there for a long time, and at one point he was the it producer or whatever the case may be. I feel like he may have even changed the sound of hip hop at one point in time, but this, I didn't know who the fuck this nigga was. It's my first time seeing this nigga, yo. This nigga is not what I expected to be looking at. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now I know who DJ Mustard is.
So it's only fair that he gave him his flowers with that now iconic Mustard screen. But amid all of the smoke that Kendrick gives out on this project, it should be noted that it's not just rappers that got his wrath. Because in a surprising turn of events, he seemed to throw shade at a comedian too. To be specific, he dissed Andrew Schultz of all people.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's lost.
This likely refers to Andrew's controversial take on what he termed as the black girlfriend effect, in which he spoke about black women in a derogatory fashion.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
you not know about this?
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Nah. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around it.
Yo, I heard the audio of this joke, and I thought this nigga who was talking about the haircut, I thought that was Trap Lord Ross. It's two niggas from obviously like from Great Britain or some shit like that, so they don't really count as niggas to me. I'll be dead ass racist about it. If you ain't an African American, your ass ain't no nigga. You just, I don't know what the fuck you is, but I look at all them motherfuckers as herbs. Straight herbs. Straight herbs.
There's black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow
step,
a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
It's actually funny.
I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
An album that's filled with love, hate, and everything in between, Dog gave us a lot to ponder on this project. But with so many beats coming from the Bay Area sound that made Not Like Us a smash, it's clear he's having fun with it too.
You know, anybody who's like, Kendrick's music's not catchy, it's boring, he just makes like snoozer songs, like sleepy ass music, da-da-da-da-da, like, you know, I'm sorry, how is that not a bop?
Yeah, there you go.
How is that not a bopper?
That ruled.
That was so fucking
It was
good.
fun, man.
And straight away, even some of his fellow rappers have been left in awe. After listening to it, IDK said, if you're not coming like Kendrick,
who the hell
don't
is
even
IDK?
try to drop. The bar set. Soon, Russ also saluted Dot's incredible work. New Kendrick album is elite, but not everyone is happy. Straight away, the OVO Vengers were trying to talk down on the record, only to get clowned for it. Straight away, the OVO Vengers were trying to talk down on the record, only
I've never heard that before, the OVO Vengers. That's a good one, son.
To get clowned for it, such as the Academics owned X account that said, bro went 0 for 12. Meanwhile, on Academics' live stream chat, the majority of viewers agreed that the project was fire, while others...
I watched the whole Academics reaction to the album, and he gave it an 8 out of 12. So even though you know that nigga was feeling like maybe a good 10 out of the 12, he gave it an 8 out of 12, which is incredible for a fucking Aubrey stan, a Aubrey dick rider, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurt him to say 8 out of 12. Like, he was visibly distraught, you know what I'm saying? But he kept it kind of real. He kept it 90% real. So I hate Ack, but salute to Ack for kind of keeping it real. But yeah, man, he gave it an 8 out of 12.
On Academics' live stream chat, the majority of viewers agreed that the project was fire, while others decided to question how he heard a 44-minute album in 5 minutes. But it should be noted that Academics doesn't actually run that secondary account. Instead of jumping to conclusions, he actually listened.
You know, I see a lot of people, I see a lot of Drake fans hitting me. I think they wanted me to shit on it. I get we're in this politics era, and I keep calling this the election, where it's like, yo, if you're a Democrat, you can't admit that a Republican said anything you agree with because you're just on your side. So it's almost like gangbanging damn near. But in reality, bro, this was kind of, and I see some people say it's better than, well, or Untitled Unmastered is better than this. Well, Untitled Unmastered is a very integral, like when I always said To Pimp a Butterfly, I ranked it high, but it had low replay value. This is Kendrick trying to also find that good medium of songs you guys could listen to over and over, and then songs with the message that is probably deep or heavy that you might not listen to all the time. And I think the best way is to find the balance. I think he's trying to find the balance, if you ask me.
See, he kept it real.
So I know some Drake fans wanted me to like shit on it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's good. I think it's a good tape, right? Now, if this was his album, I'd probably say it's a little bit above average, but it doesn't come nowhere close to how those albums are kind of being critically acclaimed, right?
Although he tried to resist, he was ultimately forced to admit that it's great.
Let's see what y'all are feeling about it. I can't sit here and in good conscience tell you this is whack. For me to say that would be me lying. And at the end of the day, I love music, even if I have my favorites on one side, and I don't think it's whack. I don't think it's whack, okay? It kept me interested. You threw a few jabs, you were still saying some shit.
Alongside the album being a musical triumph,
See, he kept it 90% real. You know what I mean? So when he said it kept me interested, that nigga was on there going crazy to the fire shit, just like everybody else was, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Threw a few jabs, he was still saying some shit.
Alongside the album being a musical triumph, Ek also had to acknowledge that this project addresses criticism that he didn't do enough for the West after the pop out. After Not Like Us came out, Academics said he had to make amends for using the hyphy sound, despite not being from the Bay.
Look at this fat, sloppy, Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker, man. How the fuck y'all let this nigga get so much influence? If y'all ever watch his fucking live videos, the nigga sucks, yo. he ain't fucking smart. His fucking thing is that how smart he is and all this shit, how he went to college, he was gonna be a fucking, I don't know, a doctor or whatever he said he was gonna be. Shut the fuck up. You listen to this nigga is reading court transcripts and asking his chat for information. That's the extent of it. He got all you niggas fooled. Look at this motherfucker. He's a piece of shit. If y'all didn't know this was academics and this was just a nigga walking down the street, y'all smack this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this folk picture of him is terrible. I don't give a fuck what kind of jewelry he wearing, whose shirt he got on. The nigga going through a midlife crisis. He just grew his hair out so he can have fucking dreads. Act like 35, 36 years old now. This nigga is borderline washed. Like, if you ask a young nigga, like, I still hoop, right? So I'm at the gym 3-4 days a week in the gym, shooting around and doing all this other shit with young niggas. And I'll be like, y'all fuck with Drake? Nah, they parents listen to Drake, so they don't like Drake. So y'all know, half of them don't even know academics. I'll be like, what y'all think about what academics said? They be like, who? You know what I mean? Or they be like shitting on them. So this nigga is a piece of shit. Stop giving this motherfucker influence, yo. Look at this nigga. This is the nigga who you bullied in high school, yo. You know what I mean? This is a nigga who got some money and think he's handsome and he's a genius. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga's a fucking clown, yo. He's a black culture vulture. You know what I mean? This nigga got 3 fake accents. Like, he be Jamaican some days. He be super fucking white. I went to prep school on other days. And then he be on some hood shit. Like, nigga, you got fucking, what do you call it? Identity crisis, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will smack this shit out of all 3 of them identities out this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I hate academics. I wish somebody would finish this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We need a fucking, I was going to say we need fucking Kendrick to do it, but Kendrick don't even know who the fuck Ack is. Anyway, man, let's keep it moving.
Academics said he had to make amends for the West after the pop out. After Not Like Us came out, Academics said he had to make amends for using the hyphy sound despite not being from the Bay or really putting on for local artists.
He might need to give a feature. Who he might need to give a feature to? How many features he might need to give? Because also, let me ask you a question. The song that some people believe that Kendrick just defeated Drake with, Not Like Us, is a song that definitely uses a Bay Area sound. Kendrick is not from the Bay Area, but that is still part of LA culture, still part of the West Coast. But with that being said, you know how many people have used that sound that never popped? Does Kendrick owe them a feature? Yo, you just won your beef, or you just came up on your beef using our sound. Let's use.
This nigga can't take it that his God got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? If Drake came over and said, nigga, bend over and grab that Vaseline, he would do it.
It's the same logic, people. Yo, bro, what's up with a feature? You're capitalizing off our sound. That's like just like what Sauce Walker said with the Jersey Club shit, right?
But now that he's had Dodie 6 on Hey Now, AZ Shike on Peekaboo, Wally the Sensei on Dodger Blue, Hida J3, Peso, and Young Threat on this project, it's pretty clear that he's got his ear to the ground of what's occurring in Cali hip-hop.
Before you ask a personal question, you gotta retract what you said.
About what?
You said Dot wasn't gonna give none of them niggas on stage no features. He put all the young homies on from the city on the album.
Well, this is what I would say. I think I'll say something better. I think we encouraged him to do that. I don't care why he did it though, but he did do it. So I'll give him credit for doing it. So and I thought that was a great look. I thought it was a great look, even though he could have still named them on the songs because we got to do some Googling, but fans do that anyway. But I do think that was a good look. That was a good look, AD.
With GNX, we get an album from Dot that explores all sides of him, permitting his hate and anger to coexist with his desire for peace. In essence, it's a true Gemini's album encompassing everything that's inside. In fact, he seemed to hint at the concept behind it in an interview from just last.
Shout out to all you motherfucking Geminis who was in the comments in my comments on my reactions talking about Gemini shit. Okay, now I get it. I'm not a zodiac nigga, you know what I mean? I only know my motherfucking sign. So, okay, Kendrick's a Gemini. I get it. I get y'all comments now. Gemini energy, Gemini power, Geminis rule the world, and Gemini, okay, motherfucking Geminis. I get it now. This nigga's a Gemini, okay?
Coexist with his desire for peace.
I mean, I get it, you know, his fucking way of thinking, like how he could be so fucking aggressive and then be so motherfucking like righteous, you know, on the same goddamn albums.
In essence, it's a true Gemini's album encompassing everything that's inside. In fact, he seemed to hint at the concept behind it in an interview from just last month. I don't believe I'm an angry person, but I do believe in love and war, and I believe they both need to exist. And my awareness of that allows me to react to things, but not identify with them as who I am. Just allowing them to exist and allowing them to flow through me. That's what I believe. Whatever you think about the record itself, it's clear that it stopped the world in its tracks, and once again proves that Kendrick is at the top of his game right now. Once again, these words relate to what he said as the Super Bowl announcement came to pass. Rap music is still the most impactful genre to date, Lamar said in a statement at the time. And I'll be there to remind the world why. They got the right one. On GNX, he can consider us reminded. And if DJ Head's recent tweet is anything to go by, this might only be just the beginning. It's your boy Louaista, and if you guys like this video, you're definitely gonna like one of the 2 videos on the screen. Till next time, my friends, peace.
All right, man. Yo, shout out to that boy Louaista. That's my first time checking out his content. Obviously, this motherfucker is a great YouTuber with 1.53 million subscribers. Yeah, man, this just clarifies everything that I've already come to know about that GNX album. I think I caught pretty much the majority of the situations during my actual reactions. I did a 6-part reaction to the album. So yeah, man. But he did provide some clarity in some areas that I wasn't aware of. So I did enjoy this a lot, man. All right, man. Yo, shout out to Nadia, I think it is, for this request. On to the next one. I'm out.